Hey everybody, it's Miss Steely here, and today we are going to work on our reading for week 6. So if you have your week 6 packet, you're going to also need a pencil and a pink highlighter or marker or crayon, whichever you have, it's okay. And if you have to use a different color, that's okay as well. I'm going to have my black marker so that you can see my writing a little bit easier on the video. Today for reading, you're going to notice that we need to do Wednesday pages, Thursday pages, and Friday pages. So in this video, we are going to work on the Wednesday pages. To get us started, the first thing I want you to do is look in the top right-hand corner, and you're going to see that this is Monday. So since Monday is not required, this is extra work. You do not have to do this unless you want to for fun, but only do this after you've completed your checklist. So if you do not have time, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or you feel there's too much work, go ahead and take your marker and put an X on Monday. We're going to skip Monday. You'll notice that the next couple pages will follow Monday. Go ahead and X it out. We're not doing Monday. All right. Again, Tuesday is not required, so only do Tuesday if you have time and if you would like to. For today, we're going to X out Tuesday, and we're going to save you a few steps this week. All right. So today, we're going to go over our Wednesday packet. This packet you will need to read and complete and send a picture of. Okay, today I'm going to read to you the story, and you'll notice our paragraphs are A, B, C, D, and E. As you follow along, I will walk you through these questions when we're finished. Can instruments make you smarter? Paragraph A. Have you ever tried to play an instrument like a piano, the guitar, or the recorder? Learning to play an instrument gives you more than something to do when you're bored. Scientists have proven that it makes you smarter. Paragraph B. How does learning to play an instrument make you smarter? Your brain is divided into two parts. It has the left side and the right side. Between these two sides is a large, flat pack of fibers that connect both sides. When you learn to play an instrument, this area of the fibers is in the middle of your brain gets bigger. It helps the left side of your brain talk to the right side of your brain. Then the two sides can work together at the same time. Yes, your brain talks. It sends signals and clues to different parts of your brain and to your body. Paragraph C. Your brain is not the only thing that gets bigger and improves when you learn to play music. Learning an instrument helps the part of the brain that controls motor skills. Motor skills help you hold a pencil or reach to catch a ball. As you learn to play an instrument, your talent in catching a ball also grows. Paragraph D. After just a few months of practicing your instrument, your memory is better too. This helps you remember your music lessons more easily. You can also remember more of what you learn in school. Practicing your instrument helps you understand sounds in big words faster. Paragraph E. Guess what? You do not have to play a special instrument to get smarter. You can learn to play any instrument you like. The piano, drums, flute, and violin all make beautiful sounds. Pick the one you like the most. And remember to practice every week in order to grow smarter. All right, I'm going to give you just a minute to go ahead and get your pencil and your marker or crayon. You'll notice that a lot of these are going to be similar questions to what we worked on last week. We hope that helps in understanding what they're looking for answers. So I'm going to be using my marker today, and if you have your pencil, just remember to write in your neatest, nicest handwriting, because we've had a lot of pictures come in here lately where the writing is getting difficult to read. I know we're settling in, but please remember that we still have to read your handwriting. So, question number 1, write 1 to 3 words that describe the main topic of the text. So we need to ask ourselves, what was this really talking about? What was this story mostly about? So I'm going to flip open and I'm going to reread my heading. Can instruments make you smarter? So what 3 words do you think we should choose? I'll give you a moment. Pick 3. Okay, I've picked 3, and I'm going to pick instruments. I'm going to pick learning, and I'm going to pick smarter. So those 3 words I'm going to put on my line for question number 1. Okay? So learning, instruments, and smarter. If you have different words, you can circle your words and list your words as well. And Miss Steely forgot already which word she circled. Instrument. All right, I have my 3 words. Question number 2, write 1 sentence that tells the main idea of the text. Use a complete sentence, cite the evidence, and restate the question. So I'm giving you the sentence stem. The main idea of the text is. So in your own words, tell me what you think the main idea of the text is. Remember, it wants you to go back and find the answer. So I'm going to flip over and I'm going to find an answer. All right, so I found this sentence here. Scientists have proven that it even makes you smarter. Okay, so I'm going to make that as part of my sentence. So I'm going to circle it. And I'm going to put number 2. So the main idea of the text is scientists have proven playing an instrument makes you smarter. All right, so if your sentence is slightly different, that's okay. You can feel free to use the sentence stem. The main idea of the text is, and I have a mistake, scientists. Okay, so my sentence is the main idea of the text is scientists have proven playing an instrument makes you smarter. Okay, I found my evidence in my text and I circled it, and I used that evidence in my answer. Number 3, underline a sentence in the text that supports the main idea. Explain how this sentence supports the main idea. So we're going to go find a sentence, and I'm going to put up a sentence stem. This sentence supports the main idea by. So let's go find a sentence that explains or supports the main idea. Remember, our main idea is that scientists have proven that playing an instrument makes you smarter. So I see one, and maybe you have found a different one. There are a few in here. I see when you learn to play an instrument, the area of fibers in the middle of your brain gets bigger. So by playing an instrument, your brain gets bigger. Isn't that exciting? So I am going to circle that sentence. That's my evidence for question number 3. Okay, now we got to go put that in our own words to answer our question. This sentence supports the main idea by saying practice makes your brain grow bigger. All right. Again, you may have a different answer, and that's okay. If you would like to use the sentence stem, you may. If you would like to simply copy my answer, it's there for you to copy. All right. Question number 4. Write one word to summarize each of the following paragraphs. Remember, we're only going to pick one word, and we're going to look at paragraph B, C, D, and E. So we're going to look for 4 words. So our first paragraph we needed to look at was paragraph B. Is there a word in that paragraph that you think is important to that paragraph? I can see quite a few different ones, but today I'm going to pick learning, and I'm going to put number 4. And I'm going to pick one word for B, C, D, and E. And then I'm going to copy them all at the same time. All right, so paragraph C, do you see a special word in that paragraph that we should use? I'll give you a hint. It's underlined. That's a pretty special word in that paragraph. So I'm going to go ahead and use that word as well. I like to look for my text features, and underlining important vocabulary is a text feature we've talked about quite frequently. So paragraph D, do you see a word? I'm going to give you a moment. You pick one for D and E. I'm going to pick memory for paragraph D. It talks about how your memory gets better in that paragraph. And we use a lot of memory in school for spelling words and all kinds of things. So I think that might be an important word for that paragraph. What about paragraph E? Do you see one that you think is important to that paragraph? We haven't circled practice yet. I think practice makes perfect. Just like reading. And you've heard me say it a lot that we're going to keep practicing on reading and we're going to keep getting better. So just like reading, music takes practice and lots of it. So I think that's a pretty important word for that paragraph. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to write my 4 words: learning, motor skills, memory, and practice. So here we have paragraph B. Our word was learning. For paragraph C, our word was motor skills. Paragraph D, our word was memory. And paragraph E, our word was practice. Okay. Question 5. We're almost halfway through, guys. Good job. All right. Summarize how playing an instrument can make you smarter. So this story explains several reasons how they believe playing an instrument makes you smarter. Do you remember what some of those are? the things I remember is it talks about your brain getting bigger. It also talked about motor skills. Remember, this is how you hold a pencil or catch a ball. Okay. And it also talked about memory and practice. So the 4 words that we just used, those 4 important vocabulary words, we should try to include those in our summary. Okay. So when I flip back here, I have my 4 important vocabulary words, and we're going to try to use some of those in our summary. So, playing an instrument can make you smarter by helping your brain grow, we also talked about motor skills. So I'm going to write working on motor skills. And improving our memory. Do you see how I used all 4 of my words? Actually, I didn't use learning, did I? It makes our brain grow bigger, and that's learning. But we did use motor skills, memory, and practice. So we used 3 out of the 4. That's not too bad. So maybe you can do better than Miss Seeley and get all 4 words in your sentence. Now remember, our sentence is going to start with capital letter, and it's going to end with punctuation. And as you can see, my sentence has a lot more than 7 words. Guys, don't be afraid of writing bigger sentences. Next year you start 3rd grade, and your writing is going to be getting better and better, but it's also going to get longer and longer. Okay? All right, we're halfway done. Let's go ahead and flip our paper over, and you'll still need to keep your pencil. I'm using my marker, and you'll need your pink on this page. So here we go. We got to write 3 questions in which answers can be found in the text. Okay? So we need to ask ourselves, what 3 questions do we want to ask? All right? You know what? Miss Steely likes to make things easy. Do you see a question already given to you? Maybe in one of your text features, in your title? Okay. Use your title, guys. It's a tool. It is a question, and we need to write a question. So I'm going to write, can instruments make you smarter? Now, you'll notice I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence, but what punctuation is going to come at the end? Give you a hint. Yep, it's a question mark. Guys, there should be no periods at the end of these. Okay, number 2, we got to come up with another question. So, I know one of the questions I had towards the end was down here. Do you have to play a special instrument? And it says, no, you can like all kinds of instruments to get smarter. So I'm going to choose that sentence from paragraph E. Oops. Again, what is coming at the end of my sentence? Oop. Miss Celia's got to turn her camera here so you guys can see straight. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So we need a third question, okay? And I'm going to do, does playing help your motor skills? Now, remember, you have to be able to answer these questions from the text. So if I turn my paper back, can I answer the question, does playing help your motor skills? And right here, I can find the evidence that yes, playing does improve your motor skills. And motor skills improve your playing. So what did the motor skills mean, though? Do you guys know what motor skills are? Okay, remember, if we find an unfamiliar word, what is our job? What do we have to do to find that answer? So most of us remember from last week and while we were at school, we had to read the sentence before, during, and after to look for our clue. So learning an instrument helps the part of the brain that controls motor skills. Motor skills help you hold a pencil or reach to catch a ball. So being able to use your fingers, okay, and your arms, those controls come from your brain. Your brain is speaking to those parts of your body. So motor skills help you hold a pencil or reach to catch a ball. So it is the skills to help you hold a pencil or catch a ball. Okay? So I have defined my word motor skills. Good job, guys. All right. Now, number 8. Do you think the author wrote this text mainly to explain something? Remember, we talked about how explaining is giving you directions a lot of times. How it might be to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich or put together a bicycle and it'll say step 1, step 2, step 3. We also worked last week on a lot of stories that were describing something. And some stories answer a question. So let's look back at our title for just a second. What do you notice about our title? What kind of punctuation is that? You're right, it's a question mark. So if we're asking a question in our title, why do you think the author wrote this? What was the author's purpose? To explain something, describe something, or answer something. If you selected answer a question, you're correct. So the author is trying to answer a question. So what was the question the author was trying to answer? The author All right, they didn't give you a whole lot of room to answer that question. So the author was answering a question about how instruments make you smarter. All right, now number 9, this is where you need your pink for. So if you've got your pink, we're going to color the reason the author gives for how instruments can make someone smarter. So how does it make you smarter? How does playing an instrument make you smarter? There was lots of reasons here, so I just want you to pick one. We're only going to write about one today. So you find yours, and I'm going to give you a second, and then I will highlight mine. Can you guess why I picked that sentence? So the sentences I picked were, after just a few months of practicing your instrument, your memory is better too. You can also remember more of what you learn in school. And we miss you all being in school. So I picked that sentence as evidence from the writing to answer our question. So, describe how this reason supports the point the author is trying to make. So, we need to use some of those words from our story in here. So, after a few months of practicing, so practicing would be a good word for Miss Steely to use. Memory would be a good word for us to use. And learning in school would be a good phrase to use. Okay? So, the author says that practicing improves your memory and that helps you in school. All right, do I have a capital letter? Do I have punctuation? Did I answer my question? And do I have more than 7 words? I probably have a pretty good sentence. All right, I'm going to leave that up for just a minute so you can finish copying that down. Again, if your answers are different, that is okay. There's more than one correct answer for most of these questions. So if you have any questions, remember, have mom or dad or grandma or whoever you're with and whoever's helping you, go ahead and send a quick remind message or email to Miss Killingsworth or myself, and we'll help you the best that we can. Again, we chose reading passage that you should be familiar with. Remember, we're only doing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so only send pictures for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll do the next video here shortly, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.